Okay, so we should be live. Everything seems like it's working, but it's one of those annoying things on this side that you never really know if things are working. Let me know if the music is okay, if it's not too loud, if I'm too loud, if you can't hear me at all. It says the mic is working. Oh, adventures in live streaming at the last minute. Hello, everyone in chat. Let us see who has joined us so far. Do, 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 do. Well, it's this or Amazon. Thank you for joining us, Bart. Who else we got here? Mr. Innovator, thank you for the wave. Makes me feel special. You cannot hear the music. Can you guys hear music? Yes or no? Skull Leader says cannot hear me at all. But everyone else says you can. Ah, why is it always something? I'm gonna let chats catch up to see if everything is working. Now I can see me. Audio, yes, but no music. How about now? Can you hear music? I'm a trying. It's just. Oh, lordy. It should be good at this point. Let me switch this up. How about now? Can you hear the music? No? Why is the music not playing for you guys? Is the buffering just you? I hope not. For once, it actually looks smooth on my end, which usually it's not even smooth. Still no music. Alright. In that case, I'm gonna have to just redo this. Not the whole stream, not the whole stream. Alright, so gonna go ahead and take this off. Hide on stream. Delete. Share. Share a screen. Window. This one. Share. Loading. Show on stream. How about now? Let me know if you can hear the music. If not, we can just go without music, I guess, but I'd rather have nice little calm, chill background sounds. Let's see. Ah, that should not be going. Okay. All right. Still no music. Ah. Well, then, you know what? I guess we'll just go musicless. It's kind of annoying, but so be it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing anything different than last time. But on the bright side, this means I can take this crap off. And now I feel liberated. Go ahead and pause that. But I'll still show this on stream because. Actually, first let me double check something real quick. We also might have a guest joining us, maybe even two. Try Spotify instead of YouTube. Oh, and we're joined by one of our guests. And you get just the tail. What is it, buddy? You're interrupting me. Musashi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop trying to be cuddly. Ugh. I guess we'll be joined by a nice little cat here. There we go. And we do have another guest finally joining us. Mr. Manic, how is it going? Oh, this means I gotta put the headphones back in. Great. Get this.
Okay, is this working?
There we go. I can hear you now.
Very
Fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna get off here. All right, Mr. Manic, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I just I basically just ended my Dead Space stream, and then ate a little bit, then got a DM from you. I was like, all right, yeah, let's hop in.
Right.
For the most part, I've only really watched Nier Automata and Trigun Stampede.
That's it?
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
call yourself a weeb. Okay, that's enough of the cats. Yeah. Hey, I need to get me a whole new setup. This is just not working. Yep.
To be fair, like I think it was just like last week I binged all of Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Well, at least you've been something good.
Yeah, yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me. Too many screens. All right, that all good. Show on stream. Okay, everyone should be able to see this. Let me see. Excellent. Okay, so the way this is gonna work, and there's also audience participation, so you guys don't be afraid to talk. I can always show your stuff on stream, like all the fun little people telling me no over and over and over again about the no music. Not sure why they decided to be a thing,
It's an
but
Adachi profile picture too.
hey, all right. First things first. This website right here, GoGo Anime, nobody should ever use it. I totally don't recommend using these illegal pirating sites. And if you do, you should be reported to the proper authorities. So now that that's out of the way, we're just going to use it. All right, Musashi, you have officially overstayed your welcome. Go. Go. We're just going to use it. Just look up some of the anime and talk about why, well, I guess in this case, me and the people are watching this, why they're not watching it, why they've dropped something, because I've already dropped a couple of things. But we're gonna go into that in just a moment. Check out what's going on with chat. So first person, the Eminence of Shadow, Kaina of the Great Snow Sea, Season 2 of Tokyo Revengers. All right, Eminence and Shadow, I dropped, I think it was last season it was running, and I dropped it after episode 5 because it just, for me personally at least, it seemed like a show that did not know what it wanted to do. The first episode was fantastic. It was one of the more original openings for an isekai I've ever seen.
Yeah, I hear everybody has rules for like what they how many episodes are they willing to give something a shot? And so like is it just like 5 episodes for you?
No, because I really wanted it to be something a bit more special, but it ended up just not being
You just
anything I
kept
wanted
being
to
strung
watch.
along.
Yeah. Because like I said, the first episode was fantastic. The second episode seemed a bit like silly, I guess, and it did not keep up with the theme it was going.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons I don't like it is mentioned here. MC is OP as fuck and somehow right about everything by accident. I'm growing more and more tired by the day of the OP isekai trope.
Yeah,
As some of you may know, I constantly complain about that.
for the most part, isekai is basically just like, a power fantasy, right?
It's not supposed to be, but that's what it's turned into. All right. So going through the list, recently updated, just purely the subs, not covering the dubs. I'll talk about one dub when we get to it. It'll be on this page. So this Konkoli Season 2, Let's Meet at Sea. I have not seen the first season, so I'm not watching this. Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World is one which I did not even bother because, again, sick of these power fantasy tropes. Do we have buffering issues, everybody? Let me know. Let me take a look. It's fine on my end. It might just be you, Mr. Analog Drift. Most of these pics are very unappealing. Yeah, I mean, just look at this. This looks... In fact, let's just go ahead and click on it. Everything about this just looks generic, flat, no real excitement. Can I get a bigger picture of this? If I go open image, new tab, nah. It's just not really... Nothing about it looks appealing. And again, just power fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, like, nothing looks particularly wrong with it. Just nothing special that I'd want to watch it.
Now, this one, on the other hand, is on my list of things I want to start watching because it was recommended by somebody in Discord. Urusei Yatsura, which is a remake of an old show from, I think it was the 1980s.
Yeah.
And received the recommended from somebody, so I'm gonna give it a watch. The premise sounded nice and cute. I like nice and cute things because nowadays most things are not cute. One of the things I liked about Kaguya-sama, because you were talking about earlier, is that it's not one of those annoying shows where every other episode is some kind of beach episode panty shot type of bullshit. They had like one joke episode where they had any type of lewd stuff going on.
Yeah.
So this guy right here, Onimai, I'm now your sister. So somebody was talking about this in my Discord earlier today, and the way they described it, it sounds like in. Let me just click and see if the description matches. Oyama, yep, erotic game-loving dude until he woke up one morning as a woman. And it's just like a very creepy, pedophile adjacent type of show where the dude wakes up as a little girl or as a little sister, and apparently he was like masturbating at some point to his little sister or something along those lines. I don't know the details, just that's what somebody was alluding to in the Discord. So I do not wish to
Yeah, you ever had that like conversation where you're like really young and stupid? It's like, bro, what would you do if you were like you woke up and you were a girl and it's like, touch my boobs?
I have indeed been 14 years old.
Yeah, like that. That's the love. That's like that's just like the end goal of just like you take it to its end.
That's what a lot of these shows feel like. This one, the Ice Blade Sorcerer shall rule the world because all the ice people are cool. Get it? And then here's another one which I skipped. My life is Unakai-san's dog because every picture I have seen of it looks creepy as fuck. They got the thighs looks like she's wearing a skirt. You can almost kind of see it. There was another one where the dog was looking up at three women and the skirt was just placed at that angle. And from what I know about white women and dogs, I'm afraid it's going to go the direction I think it will. So I do not even wish to touch upon that. And I promise I'll eventually get to shows which I am watching. It just so happens that right now we're going through all the ones I'm not. Spy Class Prune I skipped. Revenged is on my list of things to begin. I have not began it yet. Ooh, we have, what is this? How is Urusei Yatsura? I keep thinking about watching, but then end up passing it on for something else. Mr. Butt, I believe you watched this one, so you should know. Revenge is kind of basic bitch shonen. Also, protagonist group is Christians. Well, I won't mind if it's Christians. I believe this takes place in feudal Japan. I remember watching the trailer and I was interested. So we'll see. Master Assassin looks into serious assassinations, being into the Grand Samurai clan. That's Satsuma. He encounters blah 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 and something else. So we'll see how it goes. This one is a continuing season of something I'm not watching. This popped up recently, so all 12 episodes launched today. Junji Ito Maniac. Japanese Tales of the Macabre. Mr. Analog Drift probably is not watching this right now. He will, because he is a big fan. Isn't that right, Mr. Drift?
Dude, it has Maniac in the title, so I feel obligated to watch it, frankly.
Won't bother? Oh, the Netflix one won't bother? Well, it is what it is. I'll let Mr. Drift watch it, and he'll tell me if it's any good. And finally, we got to a show which I am watching. Tomo-chan is a girl. Pronounced correctly, just assume I don't have the accent. So this is a fun little slice of life. I'm going to just go ahead and cook in it so we can... Not you! There we go. So it's just a cute little slice of life. Bam. Her two characters' names. The tightest bros you would ever see. So basically, she's a tomboy. They've been friends ever since kids. You know, she's been the whole go-get-em type. And like, the last anime was terrible. Junji Ito. Yeah. So yeah, the basic, she was a tomboy and she did all the adventurous stuff. But as they got older, she developed feelings for him. But since he is a dude, he views it all as best bud feelings. And so she's spending her time trying to convince him that she actually is a female. But she also takes karate and can kick his ass and do all these other type of awesome manly stuff. It's just It's a fun little thing. I like it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Tomo-chan on Twitter
It's a
and
good show.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's a good show. I'm liking every episode so far. And the
How
background characters are fun as well. And if you guys are dub watchers, I decided to check out the dub because I was curious on how they're going to do the voice. The English dub actor sounds exactly like the Japanese one. I was honestly impressed. It was like they just took the Japanese one and made it speak English. So if you want to watch it in English, yep, well, you got a perfect one.
Well, yeah, I feel like I do need to watch that when I
It's one
get
of my
time.
recommendations. Yes. Okay. So we're done with this page. Next page of Animu. Kinda of the Great Snow Sea. That one is on my list in terms of if somebody who I listen to watches this and says it's good, I'll give it a watch. But as of now, it's on the list of, well, it looks interesting, but it's might not be up my particular alley, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Analog Drift says for Tomo-chan, that's the only show I started to watch and stopped at opening the tab. Oh, you mean like you began to open the tab and then you just didn't actually watch the episode? Well, now you have my recommendation. Go watch it.
I've done that many times. Like, oh, okay, do I want to commit to this right now? How many episodes are there?
I will also mention I am coming off of a cold. I've been off the cold for a few days, but my throats and chest have not caught up to that fact. Alright. Technoroid Overmind. I watched the first episode. It's a show which I could see plenty of other people enjoying it. It's just not up my particular alley. So I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's just not one of my shows. It seems like it might have a deeper setting to it. Let me click and then show the description. So basically, all these characters are androids. It's set in the future. Climate change has wrecked things, and androids are the only ones that can really be outside to do things because reasons. But they need to also make their own money. So they're basically doing like a boy band type of thing, climbing the Tower of Babel and all this other nonsense. The part that looked like it was going to hook me at the end of the first episode, I'm going to spoil the end of it because I feel like it's one of those things you have to watch until the end. Otherwise, you're not going to, the hook will not really be there. Howdy, Tag the Mage. Thank you for joining us. At the end, some of the robots, the non android robots, ended up tossing a live human into a basically not lava, but basically lava inside a factory. Just like molten steel. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it left a very big question of why did that happen? And the androids, of course, saw it. Since the androids, they have pre-programmed emotions. So I can see this being a show which has a lot of murder mystery stuff behind it. But again, I just can't. I don't do futuristic stuff. I don't do robots and androids. There's too many things which I don't like to watch for me to keep up with. So that's my special take on that. Waiting till it's all out, then I'll binge. You bingers. What do you think about binging versus weekly watches, Mr. Manic?
So, when you binge it, I do get how some of the details may not completely, like, you may not be able to remember as much as, for example, if you watch something weekly, you'll probably remember like scene by scene what happens each episode, as opposed to just like a weird amalgamation. And there's also to be said with the hype of the anime, because like yeah, like Netflix has been releasing anime just, all at once, and or basically in parts, like Cyberpunk Edge Runners and JoJo. And I don't want to say like the hype dies down really fast for it, but I feel like it would have gotten some more traction if it was weekly. Like just look at Bochi, right? Bochi the Rock, like it didn't like take off until like episode 4 through 6. That's when people started getting like get like knowing of it, and then it just like steamrolled from there.
It might take, if it's something that's more slice of lifey, binging is okay. But if it's something that's got like a deep story, it's got a lot of things going for it. Like let's say when Dragon Ball comes out again, if at this point, that'd be a show I would much rather do weekly and be left with that sensation of I want to know what's gonna happen. Well, I read the manga, so that's not gonna happen. But pretending I didn't, that sensation of I wonder what's gonna happen next, time to think about and digest whatever's been going on. That feeling I feel is much needed in today's day and age.
Yeah, yeah. For yeah, and also like not to mention like every week, yeah, like there's some shows where it's just like every week the minute the episode drops, there's like 50 YouTube videos just
Yeah.
like dissecting it.
Yeah, that reminds me. Did you just off tracking here for a little bit? Did you watch any of the new Velma show?
I so I got a little game, or I didn't get everybody together, but I've just been included in this little little circle of guys doing a watch party of Velma now. Yeah, so
I watched the first episode for the first time ever watching any type of show. It's the first time I feel I can say with sincerity that a show was offensive. Like I've seen things that would not. I've seen things that are bad. I've seen things that are stupid. But this is the first time I can use the word offensive in a genuine manner.
Ooh,
I could not watch episode 2. I'm not watching episode 3 and 4. That is as far as I wasn't. Well,
fair.
I guess I was hate watching, but I was hate watching with the intention of making a video on it. But it was
Totally
so
different. It's totally
basically
different when we do it.
5 minutes into it, I said I can't do a video on this because every single millisecond of this show is so bad and offensive that I could not possibly make an accurate video describing every single little thing that happened. It's like every single line, every single shot. How can I do a video on this? It'd be too much. And I will also mention Mr. Bart, who says he's to take stop hate watching. I don't disagree with you. That's why when it comes to shows I hate, I don't give anybody official views. Let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, Demon 50s in a super chat.
Yes. Actually, I should go ahead and pull that up because you also should be seeing it. There we go. $5 from D-Man50. Dragon's Treasured. Wrench for Manic. Good to catch your live stream. Thanks. Sure
Dude,
thing.
shout out.
I just need you to actually say something in chat, and then I can give you the.
Oh,
thing.
okay. That's what say something was. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't saying say something in the because you were speaking when I said that.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I was like, wait, did I just miss chat?
All right. While you do that, Kage Jutsu, one which I skipped because I'm just not interested. Surune, the linking shot. I began to watch the first season of that back when it not even when it came out, but like 2 years ago, I think. And there we go. You should now have a wrench.
Very cool.
And I could not finish the season, even though it had to do with archery, and it's one of those things which I love. But it's a little bit. It was not enough archery, too much coming of age, but not enough. I was about to say not enough coming, and that would have not been what I meant. They were not developing enough. I don't know if even that's the best way to put it, but it did not seem like the characters were evolving. There we go. That's a non-perverted way to put that. They were not
Very
evolving.
cool.
And speaking of perverts, Bo Fury, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Season 2. Another fantastic little thing. If you've not seen season 1, go back and watch it. It's a slice of life / action. Does this count as an isekai? I asked this a couple of days ago in my in my Discord because they go into a virtual reality setting, but they are free to come and go as they please. They are not trapped. There's no stakes because it's just a video game the whole way through. Is it truly an isekai?
That's a good. Probably because you are technically being transported to another world, right?
It's a old school version of the isekai definition, but nowadays it's not really what isekai is. But it is a great little anime. The basic premise, uh, Maple, which is the name of the main character, named after Maple Story. She joins this RPG. She was dragged by her friend. Hey teammate, I have not received my tea. Message me on pretty much anything and give me your number, and I will see where your tea is. I had a huge delay the past couple of weeks. I ordered $1,700 worth of stuff between January 3rd and 4th. Some stuff did not come until like last Wednesday. So it's been a bad start of the year because of that. Everything arrived at minimum 1 week late, which caused a lot of backup. But everything is sent out. Your stuff should be in the mail. You might even get it today for all I know. I know some people got their stuff today, so might happen to you as well. So yeah, she gets dragged to this new game, and you can obviously build up your defense and whatnot, or build up your stats and whatnot, however you want. She didn't want to get hurt, so she put all of her points into defense. And so nothing at level 1 could really damage her. And then she ended up falling asleep in the middle of the wilds. And so for like 8 hours or whatever, there'd be all of these level 1 animals pecking at her, poisoning her, doing all this stuff, but it does 0 damage, but keeps making her stats go up. And I'm not going to spoil more than that, but let's just say it gets really ridiculous. The basic premise is she becomes so overpowered that the devs of the game are trying to find a way to stop her because she is breaking the game, but they don't want to bend the rule. They want to break any of the rules. It's a fun overpowered trope. It's not, because the whole thing is just fun. It's a fun show. There's no seriousness about it. And so, yes, give that a watch. Eminence in Shadow, we talked about earlier. I personally dropped it, but it might be up your alley. Oh no, she's done Skull Eater. She has done a lot more than just that, but it was just not that one. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. But a lot of people, or a lot of stuff happens after the 8 hours, but it gives you an idea of what happened to cause her defense stats to be so high that like nothing can damage her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just watch. Trust me, it sounds boring, but it's actually just really fun, and just seeing what kind of stupid shenanigans she can get into.
Yeah, I really like how it's like the direction and writing can take a very simple, basic concept and just elevate it to the next level.
Now, one of my scripts, which I don't even think I'm going to do into a video anymore, just because I can't make it work the way I wanted to, was supposed to be on complexity versus simplicity in anime and storytelling. How so many shows try and be really complex with all these different types of, twists and turns and nooks and crannies and spins, but it gets to be just stupid and convoluted. I describe it in MMO terms. You can have like 1,000 skills on your menu and 1,000 things you can do. You get faced off against a swarm, 100 little guys who have very little health but can get hit one shot by anything. Are you going to use your piercing shots? No. Are you going to use your double hits? No. You're going to use the AoE. So you have 1,000 techniques, but only one can be used in that situation. And that's a lot of stuff that happened in MMOs back in the day. Because I've not played an MMO in eons. But it got really boring because it became just, the macros. I'll press 1, then I'll press 2, then I'll press 3. Oh, look, it's this upon. I'll press 1, then I'll press 3, then I'll go back to 2. It just not exciting.
Dude, clearly you've never played Wizards 101, the
I have
peak
not.
MMO.
I have not. All right, continue on. Bungo Stray Dogs season 4. I've never seen it, so I got nothing to say about that. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated. This is one of those shows I got halfway to episode 2, and I am just fuck it, not worth it. The basic premise, it's another isekai. I was actually a little bit pissed off because the description made it sound like it wasn't an isekai, and it really, really did not need to be an isekai, but they made it into an isekai, and not even like a good one, because she just has vague memories of her past. It's like, just stop it. It seemed like the show had no idea what it was doing. It was like a bunch of individual stuff that was happening, but it wasn't really connected. The main character, they of course have to make it into some kind of a lesbian. So she's trying to hook up with this character, kind of. She has no magic, but is able to do other stuff that's kind of like magic. It's my description is kind of awful. I just realized that. The point is, it sucks. Don't bother watching it. That's my hot take of the day. What we got over here, chat? I have another issue. Where's the atmosphere, the characters, the unique tales, the distinct world? Most of these isekai and prior harem crap have this Kingdom Hearts convulsions but lack soul. That's actually a good way of describing this one, Magical Revolution of Reincarnated. There's no soul to it. And we're going to get to one of my most hated isekai I have ever come across in a little bit. And it sucks because I was actually looking forward to this one because it sounded like it was going to finally break the mold. Then it went so deep into the mold that I kind of got lost. You'll see what I mean when I get to it.
Yeah.
Okay, what we got here? Tag the mage. Chuny-like person became an absolute unit IRL working out, gets hit by trucks, starts stopping Chunying. He saves skill from balance because it was slop. What are you talking about, young man? Did I miss something? Tag the mage. Which character are you talking about? And while you do that, we'll move on. So, should have stabbed with Orphan. This is a sequel. I have not seen it. Boku to Roboko. I have not seen that one. It just looks kind of weird to me. That's all I can say about that. It's Christ, half an hour in. Suddenly Egyptian God Season 2. I've not seen it. Campfire Cooking in Outer World. Skipped it. Kubo won't let me be invisible. I have not seen it. Just, I don't know. Doesn't look like it's going to catch my interest.
Yeah,
God,
I'm
this
gonna be
throat.
real. I have not heard of any of these on this page.
This one, on the other hand, we'll see how it goes. Episode 1 was good. Episode 2 was kind of iffy. Episode 3 was good. Let me just go to it. Click. Scrolling down. Story begins with Nick. Now that's a character name. Experienced adventurer, party led to his mentor. All right, so basically he gets betrayed by his party, and so he can never trust human beings again. And all the other characters in his new party are the same way. Something happened, so they cannot trust humanity anymore. And so I thought it was going to be. I'm also happy it's not an isekai. What I thought it was going to be was them basically doing bad things or doing good things, but not giving two shits about saving their village and just wanting the money. So people praise them, but they just hate them, or something along those lines. But it's not really doing that. It's looking more and more like, they all hate humanity, but they're gonna have a redemption of some sort. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It's keeping my attention. I like the designs of all the characters. I like the background stories. I like just the way it's doing things. It's not gonna wow me. I'm not gonna remember it in 2 years, but for the time being, it's doing its job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put it like that. Okay. Yeah. The ice guy and his cool female colleague. It's one which I didn't bother watching. Just not look to be my my thing. It's one of those romance stuff. Doomsday with my dog. Oh wow, 66 episodes. I don't know what this is, but okay. Capital Evolution, don't know what this is. 41 episodes. Play it cool, guys. Did not see. Skip that. This is season 2 of an anime I did not watch, so I skipped that. What's going on with chat? Let's see. Missed the thought of streaming any interesting stuff? Not particularly, just me trying to make this whole winking it thing work. Been okay so far. Judo Camp. Judo Camp. Anyone seen that? It's a Sojo. I mean, I'm not against shoujos. Gonna make the revenge plots a twist somehow. Yeah, most likely. What else we got here? Well, go away. I'm still getting used to the button clicks and whatnot, so I'm not used to having viewers. This is interesting now.
Whoa.
My Level in Spirits. I have not seen this one. I think this one is also a sequel. Laga Season 2. I'm not watching it right now because I need to finish Season 1. I was binging Season 1. I got up to episode 14, I think. Then stuff in life happened, and I couldn't watch anything for like a couple of days. So I need to pick that back up because I was enjoying it a lot. And that's the story of my life, I guess.
Yeah, I know a guy who's a manga reader of Vinland Saga, and he said that he has not been a fan of the direction it's been going recently.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
so I really wanted to watch Vinland Saga until he said that. It's like,
well,
I
at the very least, as a non-manga reader for the Vinland Saga, I was enjoying the stuff I was watching. Okay, Vampire Dies in No Time Season 2. Skip because I need Season 1. I skipped whatever this was. High Code. I looked at the description, just wasn't for me. That's all. Yokai Watch. Skip. Well, that's a lot of episodes.
Yokai Watch is so relevant. What?
I guess 63 eps, 29 eps in. Yu-Gi-Oh! You can assume. Chibi. You can assume. Ippon again. I am watching this one. It's mid. I'm not saying that as an insult. It's got to do with martial arts. If any of you know my background story, I am very much obsessed with the martial arts. It's a shoujo coming of age type of deal. They were doing judo in junior high. They said they were going to stop, but they realized they loved it so much, they ended up joining back in high school, and so we're going to follow their adventure. My issue with the show is because even though I know what's going on, because, I know rules and fighting and whatnot, I can see people who don't know what's going on being kind of annoyed because they don't know what the terminology means. They don't know why a move is cool or effective or anything of the sort. So that's something I think they need to improve on. All sports anime, and I count this as a sports anime because they're doing competitions, not fight for your life. They need to learn from I can't remember it's Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. That one did it fantastically. That is a show which, if I was teaching a class on sports anime, it would be the example I use in every single class. Because the way they can make somebody who doesn't know anything about volleyball know what's going on and be interested, it's amazing. Have you seen that show, Manic?
I have
Haikyuu?
not.
Oh, you should. You'll be surprised at how good it is. In fact, I just recently, that's probably why it's in my head. I've been thinking about binging season 3 again. Season 3 is only 10 episodes, and it's a single match. That entire 10 episode season. But it's
nice.
It's the big, not the finale, but it's the big thing. It's the fight against Frieza. You put it in terminology other people can understand. D4DJ All Mix. Did not watch. Season 2 of something I did not watch. And moving on. Here it is. The Isekai I was actually looking forward to watching, but ended up being what's my new poster child example of why I hate Isekai. Handyman Saito in Another World. I got to cough away from the mic. My apologies. Saito is an ordinary handyman gets transported to another world where his skills are very useful. He starts to really understand what it means to be needed. None of this is true. Well, I guess he is transported to another world, but his skill is not really all that useful. He's essentially just a rogue in this world. He does one or two things which, having knowledge of today might be useful, but holy crap, did they waste all the potential of this show? Bud Johnson, let's see. The handyman is just a lockpicking guy, but he's not a rogue, so he's fucking shit. Yeah. Like, he does lockpicking a lot. 2 episodes. I watched 2 episodes. He barely does anything beyond that. He, what else? He fixed somebody's armor real quick. I think he made a backpack. I think. That's about it for 2 episodes. Just so many angles you can go with. A handyman who's got things like measuring tapes, maybe some nails, got the hammer. He had a flashlight. They showed a flashlight. But and yes, this right here. Also, some scenes are completely fucking unrelated. There's been a multitude of scenes that have nothing to do with the handyman or his party. Just random characters we know nothing about. Does not seem to have any connection to anything that's going on. And we get like a 5-minute segment of what's going on with them. And it's nothing interesting either. I mean, the most interesting thing, and I say this in a negative way, is they had 2 female characters, and one of them was like a sadistic lesbian. Because she's a healer, but she likes when people get cut up. So she gets all like sexually excited. It wasn't even like done in like a comedy way. It was done in a you should be turned on by this if you're a sick fuck type of way. I was like I said, I was looking forward to this one. But this was the biggest disappointment I've had in a while. So do not watch this one, otherwise I will not like you. Oops. Yeah, too many buttons. All right. Click here and that. Back. What else we got going on? Yeah. Tale of Outcasts. This one I skipped. Just that seems to be up my alley. By the grace of God, season 2. Skip. To Your Eternity falls under the same umbrella as Vinland Saga. Fantastic, excellent show. I began watching it. Weird things happened. Ooh, what is this? First time with a... No, this is not my first time with a gag anime. The problem is it's not a gag anime. They're not trying to be funny. Well, I guess they are trying to be funny, but it's just really not landing. It's just not funny. It's not interesting. I see no reason anyone should watch the show. Because nothing happens. All right, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, To Your Eternity. Fantastic show. I got only like 5 episodes in, but then life happened. So I got to finish season 1, watch season 2. This is a show well, now this is a problem because this is one of the shows I don't think you should binge because it's deep. It makes you think, makes you feel. I need to give myself time to digest. But yeah, voted to 283. Holy shit. Let it die. Let it die. Digimon Post Game. I have not seen that. One Piece. 1047. Keep it up. Delicious Party Picure. I don't even... for reasons, it's not for me. Tokyo Adventure Season 2. People seem to not be liking this one for some reason. People in the chat, give me your thoughts on why Season 2 is not working for you. And while you do that, I'm going to continue on. I have not seen this one, so I'm skipping ahead. Saving 80,000 gold in a world for my retirement or something. I just decided not to. Like, I don't know, it did not seem too interesting for me. A fun little, whatchamacallit, fun little season 2 that came up. Miss Nagatoto's Second Attack. It's another one of those shows which I really enjoy.
I feel like just watching the first season, it just made me misogynistic. Just seeing her.
Well, in this one, she's a lot put obviously into him. There's
Yeah,
actually
yeah. I would imagine they'd continue the character arc and not just like snap everyone back to like episode 1.
there's a funny little thing that happens in this season. So she is with him and her friends in a sushi place, and they're doing this like weird sushi stuff. And so she does some kind of like a name game thing, which I don't know the full details of because I don't speak Japanesian. But she basically made a sushi thing, which basically said it was coming, like orgasm coming. And I was just like,
Oh.
dude, why are you doing a sexual thing with the food? Yada yada. Later on, I forgot if it was the same episode or next episode, she has a misunderstanding. Main character is given tickets to go to the zoo, and they use the same word to see if she wants to come at the zoo, and she thinks of it as her food thing. So I don't know what the authors or makers of the anime were thinking, but it made it seem like she thought he was asking her to go to the zoo so he could basically fuck her. And when she realized that that's not what was going on, she was like heartbroken.
What?
It's funnier than I described it. I think my description is kind of shit, but
Oh no!
there's one of
Now,
those things.
now I
Trust
need
me,
to fast track this.
it was funny, but it was still pretty. Like, were you expecting to be railed at the zoo, young lady? What the hell? Matt R, let me see what you're saying. 80,000 is interesting. It's an isekai where she can teleport back and forth. Her power is using mother stuff and trying to abuse, I'm assuming, interdimensional commerce. I was interested because, hey, I'm a businessman. But then I didn't know. Do you think I'll like it? Let me know, and then if you think I'll like it, I'll give it a watch. I have no idea what this is about, but nah. All right, moving on. Reincarnation, Strongest Exorcist, I skipped. Season 2 of a thing, which I skipped. Blue Lock. I usually don't watch much sports anime. They all end up being this stupid coming of age thing. I shouldn't say stupid. That's scratch it. That's not the word I meant. Boring. That's the better word. They're trying, but it's just not. It's not working the way I want it to. What just happened? Is the stream still on? Huh. Well, I think it's still on. Currently sharing the screen. Let me make it big again. There we go. Oh, I see. Manic. Wait.
Okay.
There we go. You're back.
That wasn't my end, right?
I have no idea. It just kind of did it by itself. I'm just sitting here and then things went all weird.
Okay.
I didn't click on anything.
Hmm.
All right. Anyway, back to Blue Lock. So I don't really watch much sports anime because they tend to be kind of. They don't do coming of age well, I think. I think shoujo anime tends to do it better. Shonen, step it up. But this one is not a coming of age. And I love it because it's just. It takes a game like soccer, which most people are used to doing stuff as a team, and says, to hell with teams. Instead, everything should be done by yourself. Use your ego and be the best person around. So it gets just a bunch of narcissistic personalities all trying to be the best in a team game. It's fantastic. Unite Up looks like I'm still have some sense of my heterosexuality, so I'm not watching this one. Nier Automata, I've never played the game, so it did not catch my interest, so I'm skipping it.
You don't need to play the game too. Or
Yeah.
there's one segment at the end that like references or like it kind of breaks the fourth wall. It's like we're gonna show you all of the different endings to Nier Automata, but out of context. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Trigun Stampede. So, shameless admission. I never even seen the first Trigun. I mean, I've seen some episodes, but I've not seen first one or the second one. But I'm hearing that aside from a couple of changes, it's actually it's doing better than initially expected. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. It's if I've never watched the original Trigun, if you're not a manga reader, which by the way, the the original Trigun anime was done before the manga, like well before. I think the manga ended in 2007 and the anime was like 1998. So, like it would have been so easy to just basically do a brotherhood. Just like, okay, same thing, we're going to stay the course with the with the with the manga. But with this with Stampede, I feel like I can say it's enjoyable, but I think if I didn't see anything else Trigun, I would enjoy it more. But this just isn't my Trigun.
Hmm.
Yeah, they move they because like I think it was like episode 13 or 14, like halfway through the series. It's just like like that was a huge plot twist in the original Trigun, and it was mind blowing. But that's just like there's nothing to it, and it's just the first scene, the first ever scene, just out of context though.
Okay. Moving on with this, the Fire Hunter. I watched the first episode. It has potential. I have to watch a little bit more. The basic premise, for whatever reason, human beings now are unable to look at fire. If they look at fire, they catch on fire. They spontaneously combust. So this has kind of caused a lot of human civilization to crumble, but they're trying to rebuild. There are these like demonic animals. I forgot what they were called, but you can kill them, take their blood, which serves as a type of fire that doesn't make them explode. So people hunt these things and use it to basically do fire stuff. I'm not sure what the plot is going just yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. All right, Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. I'm liking it. It's a cute little, cute little slice of life. It's between the title and her smiling expression. It doesn't actually fit what I have been seeing from the show. How can I describe it? I'm not sure how to best describe it. Give it a watch. It's an interesting little thing. You know, she does live next door. She does kind of spoil him rotten, but just watch it. Here's the show which I've already dropped, and does it only had one episode? Interesting. I did not even finish the first episode. Come on, you. Chill in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. It's this one was an isekai too, right? Yeah, this was another one which was an isekai, which did not need to be an isekai. Um, it's boring, it's generic. Like you've seen it all before, and they're not doing anything different. They're not doing anything unique. They're not even doing it good. So he got fired from the Demon King's army because he can't do magic. So he is now wandering, I guess, and he gets picked up by a village. The show is trying to go a lot with sex appeal. You can kind of see the bouncy tits all over the place. You're gonna see a lot of other bouncy tits. And memes
Naturally.
aside, if a show has to rely on hitting my base instincts to be interesting, it's not gonna work. I'm old. I've seen breasts. I've been on the internet, so it boring. Anyway,
Would killing a dog be considered like playing your base instincts?
we're killing a dog.
Yeah, like and because like naturally, like men are like supposed to be like protective, or have like a heightened visceral reaction when
Mhm.
a dog or a child is in danger.
Those base instincts, I would want them to try and hit. It's just because with those, they're trying to do more. With sex appeal, it's a lot more mindless.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
against sex appeal. I want, if you're gonna do sex appeal, include it within the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Demon School. I'm not watching that one. Case closed.
My friend said he likes Demon School.
I've heard good things about it, so maybe I'll check it out. I'll need a little bit more description. Oh, God, it's on season 3 already. Attack
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Conan.
You remember Jax Bizarre from the Game Review podcast, right?
I am sure I will if I hear his voice again.
Okay, yeah. He was the one that watched it.
I hate the Japanese market. Give me some quality. I hear you. If you want quality, My Hero Academia season 6 has been fantastic. It was my favorite part of the manga, and now it's my favorite part of the anime. They're doing so many things right. It's one of the first shows in a long while that has done the whole heroes come back from the brink of death to be heroes stuff and make it work. Like
Yeah.
I knew the trope they were doing, but they still did it well, which is amazing to do in this day and age, especially for someone like me who can barely watch things as a normal human anymore, and everything has to be analytical. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Real.
And they brought my favorite type of Deku, angry Deku, Deku. We need you to withdraw. No. Japanese
Yeah.
market is good and bad. Without it, they will be run by American corporate leftoids. Yes.
I've only watched up until like season 2, like 5 years ago.
My
My
Hero
Hero.
Academia.
Yeah, but I feel like I should probably get back into it.
Tank, are you talking about the end of season 5? Because everybody was pissed off at the end of season 5. They completely screwed that whole thing up. They cut out some really important points that happened in the manga for no reason other than to just fit in crap. They switched 2 arcs around because they want to have, the big closing thing, but it felt really out of place because they switched those stuff around. Season 5 was probably the worst season out of all of them because of that. But season 6, in my opinion, is making up for it. Hide that. Night. Beastars of Oz. I have not watched this one. Just, again, not my interest. Whatever that is, no. Card Fight, no. Pocket Monsters, no. 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 Are we actually done with this season? Let's see.
It?
I think so. Buddy Daddies, Fruit Evolution, Legend of Heroes, I think. Oh, no, there is a few other ones, but I have not seen any of these. So here's a whole bunch of other stuff I'm not watching. Next. And, okay, we have officially made it all the way around. So those are all of the anime that were in this season of 2023. So, Mr. Manic, Mr. and Mrs. Chat, let me know what you think of this current season. For me, honestly, I am actually kind of enjoying this season, but going over it in the way I have, I feel like I'm enjoying it because everything has been so shit for so long that it's just basic bitch stuff compared to other shit, so it looks nicer in comparison.
That is a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked fall 2022, the last season. I thought that had a lot of good stuff.
Rest the Stripe. Talk about Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man was last season, but Chainsaw Man was quite good. I enjoyed it. I'm also a little bit annoyed, not at Chainsaw Man, but at the fans, because everyone kept talking about oh, the action and the gore and the violence, blah blah blah. It actually has a good plot. It's got a good feel to it. It's got good characters.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about them. God, you shallow people. buy my tea.
And use code Manic for 10% off.
And use code Manic for 10% off.
Real.
So yes, that is my feelings on all of that. I like Chainsaw Man, but think it's a bit overrated. Yeah, I can see that. I can understand.
Yeah, when it has that much hype going into it. it's a little impossible. You always gotta keep your expectations in check. But yeah, I have to go set up for another stream. So thank you
Mm,
so much for having me on.
Of course, no
Yeah.
problem.
I'm glad I was able to fit it in 1 hour before before another stream started.
Okay,
But
I
yeah,
will talk to you later, Mr. Manic. I'm
all right,
gonna
have
start wrapping things up here as well, and yeah,
yeah. Will it be fine if I link mine in chat?
of course, go ahead.
All right, very cool. Hope you all have a good day. I am Manic the Manic Mechanic on YouTube. Peace out.
All right, now that he's gone, we can have some actual fun. um, so yeah, that about wraps it up. It seems like everyone's on the same page. It's not terrible, but there's nothing is really hitting home. Nothing is getting me all excited and hyped. It's all been, as the kids say, mid. And it ranged between good mid. It's like, okay, it's not, like this. Well, this is upper mid. So it's not something I'm gonna be thinking about in 2 years, but it's not something that's horrible. Uh, how is picking up Ghosts and Dungeon still running? Tits. That's how it's still running. Kinda is the coolest thing going on, or the least best potential. Which one is kinda? The rest all definitely mid. Thanks, T-Man, of course. Japanese market strikes again. Yep, this season it's a thing. So one thing I want to quickly mention, now that all this is done, it's now the middle of January. At the start of March, I am going to be streaming. Oops. This is getting annoying. I think they changed something in the settings of this app I am using. There we go. You're not the one. You're the one I want to look at. At the beginning of March, I'm going to be live streaming this game. I don't know if I'm going to stream the whole thing or if I'm going to just stream a couple of episodes, then just play it on my own. It depends on how excited I am for streaming it. But Wulong Fallen Dynasty is a Souls-like game that takes place in my favorite period in all of history and all of culture, the Three Kingdoms period. So when you see me playing this game, you're gonna see me geek out. You're gonna see me squeal. You're gonna hear me talk about a lot of historical, cultural stuff that happened in Three Kingdoms period. Trust me when I say, even if this was not based in real life, the stories in this saga are amazing. And when you find out that it's actually based somewhat in reality, I mean, I'm assuming people were not actually conjuring up weather and whatnot, but the point is, it's gonna be a fantastic thing. And everybody always says, like, watch me stream because I am awesome. But in this case, watch me streaming because it's going to be an amazing experience. Have you played Hollow Knight? I have not, but I hear a lot of stuff about it. So let's quickly watch the story trailer to Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Wait, there's no audio, right? Hold on. Oops, spinning wheel of death. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Pause. Pause. Are you gonna be like this the whole time on you? Okay, I'm gonna switch it to just 1080. I'm going to remove it. Share. Screen. Brave tab. What about if I just go with the tab? Share. Show on stream. Full screen because you don't need to see my face. Quickly hit play.
The Han Empire.
Did you hear audio? Let me know if you heard audio. If you did, then we can play it. If not, there's not really any point in me playing this. Did you hear audio from the game? Let me know, chat. Audio, fantastic. Okay, let's watch the trailer. What? This isn't full screen. What's going on? Full screen. I don't know what's doing. Whatever. Okay.
The Han Empire faces its final days. In these dark times, Elixir once again threatens to become the catalyst that awakens the dragons lying dormant across our land.
A forbidden power.
This chaos, is it all his fault?
How about it? Help me forge the ultimate elixir and join me in immortality. We must retake Puyang!
That jade is...
Every bit as strong as the rumors say. Damn it, Father. He's hiding something.
Master, have you any idea who the Taoist atop the dragon was?
We may simply need to track down the source of demonic chi.
We are getting overrun! You should do likewise! In the end, people will prioritize their own desires. Friendship and the like are not to be trusted in.
For what purpose do you wager your life?
I will redeem myself by offering up this life! The power to control this world lies in none other than this resplendent crimson glow.
I can't. I won't kill him.
I am. You didn't know how excited I am. This is, I feel like a kid in a candy store. My favorite type of game mixed in with my favorite period in history. I am. I am excited. Well, it's better than hearing she. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I stopped trying to learn Mandarin. It's not an easy language to learn. I'm also a little bit conflicted because it has good and bad moments from what I am hearing. I am happy that they have a Taoist as the main villain. Being I don't speak about it much, but I'm a Taoist myself. I do a lot of the practices and a lot of the studying. I mean, it's not something which I base off Facebook memes. You should see the books I have. So seeing one as the villain is fantastic. I'm wondering how much are they going to base it off the romance of the Three Kingdoms and how much of the records of the Three Kingdoms. So romance of the Three Kingdoms is the romanticized version of the events that happen, and the records is what actually happened. There's a lot of stuff that none of the games or the original story actually touch upon, which makes me kind of sad because it makes me sad. I don't know how much other people will care. There's just a lot of history and other type of amazing stuff that goes on that the romance didn't actually touch upon. Yeah, it'll most likely be the romance, which kind of sucks. Because if they base it off the actual history stuff, Cao Cao, which is... Give me 1 second. Pull him up. Go up here. Switch it back to this. 3 double clicks.
We must retake Puyang!
That guy. So that guy that you saw right there, Cao Cao is a really interesting character. The games and the games and romance don't really touch upon it, but he was somebody else who was somewhat obsessed with immortality. And so he was involved a lot with the Taoists and all of their Taoist mysticism stuff. At first, he was just using them, but getting to know all the various Taoists and whatnot, he became kind of entrenched in Taoism, began to change up some of the ways he viewed life and whatnot. Took some psychedelics that changed his worldview a little bit. That's not in the games. You don't see Cao Cao just raging on magic mushrooms or whatever he took. So there's going to be a lot of little tidbits of history, which I'm going to be sharing along with the stream. So if you guys are going to be interested in that, come and join me. I'll be honest, I don't expect more than like 1 or 2 people at a time to be watching. But I'm doing this more for me than I'm doing it for the audience. Sorry, guys. I want to have it's my me time, okay? But if it ends up being a little bit too cumbersome, we'll see what happens. Ideally, if I can set it up, I want to see if I can get a new computer by then as well. At this point, for complicated reasons, I'm not going to get into it. The laptop I'm using now is still fantastic, but I need to have a second station for the computer. And so the laptop I'm going to take into my study room, and computer I'm going to have set up here. But you guys don't care about all that. That's just me rambling about weird stuff behind the scenes. All right, the stream has gone on for a little bit over an hour. So you're going to get into the 9 souls. I'm not sure what the 9 souls are, so I can't answer that, Mr. Bot. But at this point, I have rambled on long enough. I don't want to keep you guys, and I don't want to extend this too much. Other things to be looking forward to on this channel, I'm going to be taking various snippets of my Epic of Dragon Ball, cutting them up, and uploading them as new video. 9 Souls upcoming game. I will look into it. I'm still debating if I'm going to do it. So basically, because of reasons, I've come to regret my 1.6 million view video on Naruto. And I think I might do a video explaining why I regret it. I'll give you a hint. It's not the video itself. It's what the video has brought to my channel. And it might lead me to do a lot of tangents I don't really want to do. But I've been noticing this for years on YouTube. I feel somebody needs to call it out before it gets really bad. Naruto fans, it's not just the Naruto fans. Too many fans on YouTube seem to think of people. I'm too small time to say people like me, but find people like me and other really big creators, 100,000 million view channels, as some sort of slave monkey where we're supposed to dance for you. And anything that goes on behind the scenes doesn't matter. And all we're doing is just entertaining you at our own expense. Because YouTube is a very secondary thing which I do. This is not my main business. And I have no desire of YouTube fame. None. I might be the only person who says if I get too big and famous, I might just shut down this YouTube channel. Maybe, maybe not. But the point is, I'm kind of done with putting up with this type of attitude from people. There's reasons why I stated there's things that's happened in the past, well, now a few years, I guess. So I might decide to go into all of that. If not, I'll probably talk about it in the Discord at some point. If you're not in the Discord, I highly recommend it. So I'm sure everybody who has a Discord is going to say the same thing, but I genuinely mean this. I am really happy with the community I have helped build in the Discord because it's just fun. There's no politics, no current events unless it's relevant, like the Velma thing. And it's just a fun environment. People sometimes fight and bicker, but it's never gone too far. So if you're not in the Discord, come and check it out. It's honestly just a fun time. Even if I didn't own it, I'd still want to be a part of it because it's just a fun community. Nice and small. And that's about it for my ramblings. Thank you all who have joined us. Thank you again to Mr. Manic. YouTube, type in Manic, the Manic Mechanic. You'll see his channel pop up. If not, send me a message somewhere that I can link you. Use his coupon code on the website. And that pretty much covers all of it. Thank you who have joined us, and I will see you next time. Farewell.